So it is quite interesting for me that about 2 days ago I got a patch to install for GTA 5 on Steam, and the only thing this patch really did that I noticed was make my game lag even worse upon startup for the first 30 minutes before it stabilizes itself after eating over 4,000 megabytes of RAM for my PC just to keep itself optimized, how broken this game is. Anyways, hello everyone, welcome to another weekly update video by me, King Vector 11, where in this video I will do my best to explain to you this week's weekly update as of August 29th, 2024, to give you all the information you may need or want to know. And for those who are interested, if you wish to stay tuned for my upcoming weekly update news video where I go over the past week's Rockstar related topics in brief detail, I will make that video coming up right after this. And if you find both videos highly informative and wish to stay tuned for more content like this every Thursday evening, do leave a like, subscribe, or go the extra mile by sharing this with your friends, or leave a comment which you liked or disliked the information you've received. And without further ado, let's get into it. So starting off with the general details that you want to know before I go into the specifics for the majority of this video. So generally what we have new, holy crap, we got a lot of rewards. What this generally is, we have double money and RP on bunker sell missions, bunker research missions, full again jobs, and the deadline adversary mode. And we also have double bunker research speed and double bunker research progress from Agent 14 missions. And if you complete the weekly challenge this week, not only do you get $100,000, but you also get the Warstock T. I will show you how that looks like coming up later on in this video. But let's go through this week's discounts, where we have a unique 40% off the Tijan, which is a removed website vehicle this week, available in Simeon's dealership. The prices may not be accurate here, by the way, but stay tuned because I will actually give you the correct prices straight from the game itself in the specifics coming up after in this video. But besides that though, we also have 30% off the bunker properties as well as their upgrades and modifications. We have 30% off the grenade launcher, the Dune FAV, weaponized Tampa, which I recommend getting this vehicle, obviously, hands down, the Night Shark, the Shataro, the T20, which I would say is a pretty good vehicle. I would also recommend getting this vehicle even, and the Flash GT. Of course, everything that I've highlighted is things that I recommend you guys do, things that I recommend you guys buy, in case you don't know me by now in these videos. But anyways, that's generally what we have for this week's discounts. This week's vehicle showcases, we have the Draugr for the Diamond Casino Podium vehicle. We have the Electro in the Ellis Car Meet prize ride when you go underground, and to win it you have to place top 2 for 2 days in a row in an Ellis Car Meet series. This week's underground test ride vehicles features the Neo, which is oddly enough from 2 weeks ago a claimable salvage yard robbery vehicle. So for those who missed out, I guess you can spend some $1,000,000+ to buy this vehicle, I guess, if you're interested, without a unique license plate. But besides that though, we also have the Coquette Blackfang and the Rapid GT. For new gen players, your test ride vehicle is the Cyclone 2. Coming back to all players, we have the Euros X32 and Mr. Strelos Rich and Super PP in the luxury auto showroom vehicle. The showroom. And for Simeon's showroom, we have the Tijan, the Rapid GT Classic, the Verler, the Vaca, and the Hot Rod Blazer. So yeah, I recommend getting the vehicles that I've highlighted, of course, just letting you know for those who are interested to know what you may be interested in. Just go ahead and pick those up if you want. And this week's weekly challenges features taking off as this week's premium race. This week's time trial for all players is in the observatory. This week's new gen time trial for new gen players is in Sandy Shores. This week's weekly challenge is to complete 3 bunker research missions, and this week's salvage yard robbery target vehicles features none of them which can be claimable. However, it features the 10F with McTony robbery, the FR36 with the Gangbanger robbery, and the Seminole Frontier with the cargo ship robbery. So that is generally what is new this week, but for those who wants to stay tuned for what's specifically new, for those who wants to see the details, well, let's get into it. First of all, we don't have new vehicles, just letting you know in advance. This vehicle has been out already for 4 or 5 weeks now, since the beginning of August, just letting you know. So there's a bit of details on this vehicle for those who are interested. Oh yeah, and this is the last week for GTA Plus rewards, so, well, before it renews, so if you want to stay tuned for that, those details, I will definitely make details on those next week for those who are interested. Anyways, this week's weekly challenge, complete 3 bunker research missions. Great. This week's podium vehicle is the Draugr, which apparently people say is one of the best off-road vehicles. I have no idea. I never took interest in off-roading or off-road vehicles, but if you wish to get it this week based on their beliefs, go ahead. It looks okay, I guess. Anyways, this week's prize, right? Rockstar, can you put that text box any fucking higher in the game? It's the Princip Electro, which is a very old vehicle. Just letting you know, the trade price is from completing the finale of the Pacific Standard, I believe. That's what I saw. But regardless, though, this bike usually would cost $997,500 or the trade price of $750K. But this week, to win it, you just have to place top 2 for 2 days in a row in an LS Carmeet series. Quite interesting that they're sticking with LS Carmeet series instead of saying pursuit races or street races or whatever races. They're just saying the LS Carmeet series now. Quite interesting. For new gen players, your premium test ride built by HAL specifically for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S is the Coil Cyclone 2. Now, for those who has a hard time seeing this vehicle, I don't blame you. Rockstar kind of went a little crazy on the decor for this vehicle. It's not that interesting to look at. It's actually too crazy. I don't know. I don't like that. Anyways, moving on to Simeon vehicles, where we have the Lamborghini Tijan featured at $1,411,650. We also have the Ducati Rapid GT Classic priced at $904,380. We also have the Bravado Velour at $695,000. The Pegassi Vaca, which I recommend you guys buy this week, by the way, for those who want something interesting and new to drive, I recommend purchasing the Pegassi Vaca. It is only $240,000 this week. And we also have the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer at $69,000. These are the prices taken straight from the game by me, and all 5 vehicles are removed website vehicles. Luxury Autos vehicles features the Euros X32. I definitely recommend you guys purchase it anytime this week, even if it's not this week or next week or whenever you can. It's an old favorite classic GTA San Andreas vehicle, and this week is featured in Luxury Autos dealership at $1,522,370. Actually looks pretty cool. I like it. And we also have Mr. Strelos PP, which is featured at a price of $2,974,510. Mr. Strelos Rich and Super PP, you can purchase for almost $3 million. Let's move on before I lose track. This week's underground test track vehicles features the Ducati Rapid GT, apparently Cabrio model, which is a removed website vehicle priced at $140,000. We also have the Invitero Coquette Black Fin, a removed website vehicle featured at almost $700,000. And we have the Visor Neo, which used to be a claimable salvage yard vehicle just 2 weeks ago, just letting you know. But if you want to purchase it this week, it's going to cost you about $1.9 million, which are prices taken straight from the game. And once again, this is a removed website vehicle. Now, the vehicle robbery targets this week features the Obey 10F with the McTony robbery, the Fathom FR36 with the Gangbanger robbery, and the Canis Seminole Frontier with the cargo ship robbery. Here is an up-close inspection of the website page thing, whatever you want to call it, from the Salvage Art computer. And of course, this is how much Rockstar cares about these vehicles, based on the fact that they haven't even updated it on their latest newswire. And here you go, yeah, the Visor Neo was 2 weeks ago. Look at that. Anyways, this week's rewards features double money in RP on bunker cell missions, which you can find on your computer inside of your bunker. It also features double money RP and research progress on bunker research missions, starting off with the fact that you can get double money RP and research progress through September 4th on bunker research missions, which is right over here if you call Agent 14 on your phone. And of course, if you complete this week's weekly challenge, you can get yourself the Warstock T, and this is how it looks like from both front and back angles. You can also get double bunker research speed this week if you decide to make your workers go into research rather than manufacturing. So you can get double speed on researching any of these special weapons, armors, liveries, gun enhancements such as explosive ammunition, special heavy barrels, heavy Mark II weaponry stuff, you name it. armor, even oppressor Mark II or Mark I missiles, I believe, for both of them, and so much more if you guys are interested. It's a good boost. Anyways, you also have double money RP on Fooligan Jobs this week. All you gotta do is call Dax and start work. If you want, you get double money and RP on that, whatever. I never even bothered with that because I don't care. And you also have double money and RP on Deadline adversary modes, which is, by the way, about 64% of all the adversary modes that's still left available to us after Rockstar's quote-unquote series end mode rotations. What they really mean from this is we decide to cut some adversary modes just to streamline the browsing experience. So yeah, have fun with these Deadline adversary modes, 1 through, what, 14? Jesus fucking Christ, that's a lot. Anyways, here is the last week continuing rewards for GTA Plus rewards. Moving on into other rewards this week, we still have the 3rd week, I believe, of continuing community series jobs featuring these 3 stunt races and 24-hour phantom racing, downriver mother, and it looks like a big stunt races. We also have this 1 Grand Prix Sac Center race on continuing double money and RP. We also have these 3 death matches, Monty Donico, Double Chance, and Neon Knights Paranoia on continuing double money and RP throughout this week. And we also have this 1 King of the Hill Double Chance community series job on double money and RP continuing through this week. This week's discounts features bunker properties and upgrades and modifications, as well as these select vehicles, one of them being a removed website vehicle that's discounted. But there you go, whatever I've marked with a red arrow is something I recommend you guys purchase this week as soon as you can. But anyways, let's move on to this week's gun van inventory and discounts, where we have the precision rifle, the sweeper shotgun, the pump shotgun, a grenade launcher that's 30% off for all players, the crowbar, tear gas, proximity mines, pipe bombs, and the worst purchase of all time, body armor for you to make. And for players who want GTA 6 to be the worst GTA game of all time upon release, you guys specifically have 30% off the vintage pistol. Anyways, moving on to vehicle discounts. Featuring this 1 vehicle discount that's a removed website vehicle, we have 40% off the Lampadati Tijan at a price of $1,411,650. Now continuing to other discounts, we have 30% off all bunkers, where I recommend these locations based on my personal experiences, for obvious reasons, especially that it's in the middle of the map and closer to highways, etc., where number 1 is marked as the most expensive and number 3 is marked as the least expensive recommendations, although we all know number 1 right over here as I selected is the most expensive, and the cheapest one is all the way up in Paleto Bay, but I don't recommend that location. Anyways, for those who are interested, here you go are some locations I recommend you guys purchase for whoever is interested. And if you decide to purchase a bunker, the most expensive one you can pay is just $2,775,500. However, if you decide to purchase the cheapest of the cheapest one up in Paleto Bay, you can spend $1,904,000. So here's a price range for those considering to buy a bunker this week. Other vehicle discounts features a discount on the Vapid Flash GT, now priced at $1,172,500. The Progen T20, I recommend you guys pick up this week if you guys are interested. It's priced at $1,540,000. We also have a discount on the Nagasaki Shataro, that's now priced at $1,557,500. That's a lot of fives. The Night Shark, whatever, $871,500. If you don't pick it up this week, it's not the end of the world. We also have a discount on the Weaponized Tampa. I recommend you guys pick up the soonest as possible. It is priced at $1,475,635, or a discount of $1,109,500, and it is an epic vehicle. I'm just gonna say that it's epic. And finally, we have a discount that's quite interestingly bugged visually. I don't know why Rockstar hasn't addressed this anytime since they've already featured this a couple of times on discounts. But it may not look like it's discounted, but it actually is. It is now priced at $791,350, or the trade price of $595,000. I wonder why Rockstar is not fixing or addressing this visual bug. Quite interesting. Anyways, finally, last bit of news. This week's premium race is taking off. That's great. It's not really, but it is, apparently. Super class races. Anyways, this week's time trial for all players is in Observatory, and for new gen players, your time trial is in Sandy Shores, and that's generally all the information that I have to showcase to you for this week's weekly update. Jesus freaking Christ, the fact that Mr. Strello's rich and super PP is $3 million almost, that's ridiculous. Anyways, that's all I really have to showcase to you in this week's weekly update. Hope you guys did find this as informative as I tried to make it. If you wish to stay tuned for my upcoming weekly update news video where I go over the past week's Rockstar related title news, you can find that coming up shortly after this. I'll even put the link in the description when it's uploaded. And if you guys did find this highly informative and wish to stay tuned for more content like this every Thursday evening, except today's exception because GTA had an extremely hard time booting up after a patch that was done 2 days ago, which is quite embarrassing on Rockstar's behalf. Rockstar, fix your game, don't make it worse, please. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. And yeah, like and sub if you want to stay tuned for more content like this every Thursday evening. Alright, see you later. Goodbye.